Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Rasheedat Balogun, and if you're here for the first time, welcome to my YouTube channel, Talking Mental with Arrbee, where I talk on all things mental health. On today's episode, I am going to be talking about the need for talk therapy. Why is talk therapy so important? A good state of mind is as essential as being physically fit. Now, psychotherapy, also known as talk therapy, helps one to achieve mental health at any stage of one's life. Just like a visit to a doctor is needed for a physical illness, a visit to a therapist is needed for us to be able to take care of our mental health. Research has actually shown that verbalizing your feelings have therapeutic effect on the brain. In other words, talking about what you are feeling, even the insignificant ones, actually go a long way, especially if you're talking to a therapist, someone who is trained to help you handle situations. You might probably have a go-to coping mechanism for when stress and problems arise. Hopefully, it's something on the LD spectrum, such as seeking comfort from the ones you love or getting those endorphins flowing with some exercise. But no matter what way you deal with it, everyone can use a little extra support in handling life challenges. And one way to get through it is talking with a professional. Many of us have a narrow view of talk therapy. Now, we think it is solely for navigating clinical depression or severe anxiety or roller coaster moods. We think it's only an option when we are going through a major crisis, a big transition, or a prolonged, persistent period of grief. We also think that talk therapy is only an option when relationships become disconnected and marriages are on the brink of divorce. Now, while talk therapy is important for all the above that I just listed, it is also important to note that you don't have to wait for the walls to come falling down before you see a therapist. Now, I'll be going into the other reasons why talk therapy is so important. Talk therapy is very important, and hopefully before the end of this episode, you would realize that. So let's get into it. In talk therapy, you will explore your moods and behavior in a safe place. Now, a therapist may provide a fresh perspective on an issue, and they can also give better understanding of your own emotions and also teach communication skills to convey these emotions. Talk therapy does not make your problems disappear, but you would find it easier to cope with them and you would feel happier than you were before you went for therapy. Talk therapies help if you find it hard to keep your anger in control. If you're someone that has anger issues, talk therapy can help. It can help solve it. Visiting a therapist because of your anger issues goes a long way, and it is actually something that should be a priority. People don't understand these things. They don't understand that anger problem is a big issue, and the sooner you realize it's a big issue, the easier it is to seek help, to visit a therapist, to talk about your problems. Talk therapy helps develop healthy coping mechanisms. Now, if you are someone that uses other coping mechanisms that are not healthy, through talking therapies, you would discover healthier ways of coping with whatever situation you're going through, whatever mental health challenges you're facing. Definitely, your therapist would tell you what you should do that would be healthier than that unhealthy method that you were using before the time of therapy. Talk therapy helps you to adapt to changes in life. If you're wondering how to adjust to a changing environment, or maybe you just got out of a relationship, consider therapy. Therapy helps you to adapt to situations easier and faster. You get to understand better about that situation. If maybe you're finding it difficult to settle down, maybe you had a change of environment and you're finding it hard to settle down, through therapy you can map out ways to understand that environment. You won't have to self-medicate anymore. You won't have to think, okay, I can do this myself, I can brush this thing away, I can mask away my feeling, I can do as if nothing is wrong with me, I can pretend I'm not depressed. You won't need to go through all that. Through therapy, you get professional help, professional advice, professional treatment. If you need CBT, if you need medications, if you need, through therapy, you would understand that maybe you are thinking it's more than the situation. You would understand that it's not as big as you thought. Or through therapy, you can also realize that the situation is actually critical and it's good you got help early. Talk therapy helps you to deal with future curveballs. When such situations arise in future, you are able to deal with it. You are able to understand that, okay, such a thing happened to me, and when I went for therapy, the therapist told me to do this, to do that. Because people think when you go for therapy, your problems are 100% solved, but no, you would have relapses, definitely. And so when that relapses come, you can just go through your notes that you got from your therapy. Okay, the therapist said I should do this, the therapist said I should do that, and that way it helps you to deal with that situation faster. Therapy does not cure your situation 100%. Yes, that's like a misconception. It's not like a magic. The whole thing don't just disappear. It's a work in progress, and so when you have relapses, you would be able to deal with it because you had therapy when it happened the last time. You know that you are not alone. Feeling isolated can contribute to whatever situation is you are in, be it you are mentally disturbed, you are mentally stressed, you're going through a mental disorder, you're going through a tough phase, anything. When you know you have a therapist that you can reach out to whenever you are down, whenever you are triggered, you have that feeling that you are not alone and that there is someone there to listen to you, someone that would also prefer solution, not just telling you a yeah or being judgmental. And so it helps you to heal faster, it helps you to recover faster, it helps you to move on faster. Those are some of the other importance of therapy. Those are the other reasons why therapy is important and it is key. Now, it is important to note that therapeutic process is unique for each person. It varies based on the therapist, your preference, what you're working on in therapy, and the therapeutic approaches that best suits your needs. Even though when you hear the word therapy, you automatically think the person is mad, you automatically think the person is in a very critical situation, that's why the person needs therapy. And so because of all those misconceptions and thoughts about therapy, it has made it have a stigma attached, and such people try to avoid therapy for the fear of what will people say, what will my family say, what will the public say. Now, we've come a long way, yes, because the stigma is quickly changing. At least the way people view therapy this year was far different from how they will view it. It's far different from how they will view it as at 2 years ago. Probably thanks to coronavirus, people realize that therapy isn't something that arises when someone is at the worst state. The whole lockdown thing put most of us in a situation whereby we needed therapy at any slightest trigger or opportunity, because people were going through various levels of tough times. not necessarily a particular mental health disorder, and so they saw the need for therapy. Mental health organizations offered free therapy, and through that it changed the perception of people towards therapy. Now, people should understand that therapy isn't for the weak. Seeking therapy isn't a personal failure. It isn't a sign of sickness or weakness. Instead, it is a sign of strength. It is a sign of you accepting that there is a problem and that you need help. It is a sign of healing, because the first step to healing is seeking out for help, going to therapy, and that way you're on your path of recovery. And so I hope that with these few points of mine, I have been able to convince you and not to confuse you that therapy is indeed so important. That's it on today's episode of Talking Mental with Arrbee. I hope today's episode was enlightening and informative and educative. If you want me to do more series on therapy, let me know in the comment section below. If you want me to talk about what your experience can be like in a therapy session, let me know in the comment section below. If you visited a therapist and you would like to share your experience, you can also share it in the comment section below. If you want me to talk about other things relating to therapy, do let me know. You can just ask the questions, and I would most probably come up with a video to explain the question. Please don't forget to share this video to help spread mental health awareness. Please like this video, drop your questions and opinions in the comment section below, and subscribe if you haven't. Stay safe and bye.